everybody! Welcome to another story time. I've got a story for you called The Giant Jam Sandwich. Now, I've had this book since I was a little girl. So you know how you guys, some of you guys, when you're in school, you get those little paper things and you fill out what books you want to buy and then your parents go on and buy it, or you go to the book club and you buy it? I got this from my book club or a book fair or something when I was in, I don't even know what grade, but I was really young and I kept it ever since because it was one of my favorites. So it's kind of a longer story. I got this one in elementary school. So this is kind of for my older kids who might want to sit through the story, or whoever. Anyway, I've kept this pretty old now. So I've had this book for a really long time, probably like 40 years. So I hope you like it. Let me know what you think of it. It's called The Giant Jam Sandwich. One hot summer in Itching Down, 4 million wasps flew into town. Wasps are like bees. They have stingers. They drove the picnickers away. They chased the farmers from their hay. They stung Lord Swell in his fat, bald pate. They dived and hummed and buzzed and ate. Look at the wasps. Chasing everybody. Oops, they're chasing everybody in town. And the noisy, nasty nuisance grew till the villagers cried, "What can we do?" So they called a meeting in the village hall, and Mayor Muddlenut asked them all, "What can we do?" And they said, "Good question," but nobody had a good suggestion. Then Bap the baker leapt to his feet and cried, "What do wasps like best to eat?" Strawberry? Oh, strawberry jam? Now wait a minute. If we made a giant sandwich, we could trap them in it. The gentlemen cheered, the ladies squealed, and Farmer Seed said, "Use my field." So the baker thinks trapping them in a giant sandwich will get rid of them. And everybody thinks that's a good idea. Bap gave instructions for making of the dough. Mix flour from above and yeast from below. Salt from the seaside, water from the spout. Now thump it, bump it, bang it about. While they were working and working hard, some more made a tablecloth out in the yard. The town is working together to make this giant, giant, giant batch of dough. See that? Dough is how we make bread. When they were done, the dough was left to rise, till the loaf was a mountain in shape and size. They hitched it up with a bit of a fuss to tractors, cars, and the village bus, and took it to the oven they made on the hill, 50 cookers in an old brick mill. Look at this giant loaf of bread. Look how big it is. Here's a full-grown person, and there's a big loaf of bread. Look at that. It took all of these cars to drag it out of the bakery and onto the hillside. A bus and a tractor, another tractor, some cars, and this truck. For hours and hours they let it cook. It swelled inside till the windows shook. It was piping hot when they took it out, and the villagers raised a mighty shout. "Isn't it crusty? Aren't we clever?" But the wasps were just as bad as ever. So they had this great idea to bake this bread, but the wasps are still chasing everybody. The loaf was left to cool, and then the people watched while 6 strong men took a great big saw and sliced right through. Everybody clapped, and they cut slice too. Look. They had to build this, put a ladder up. All these men go up here and take a giant, giant saw and cut right through the giant loaf of bread to make a slice for the wasps. The village bus, they all agreed, would spoil the fields of farmer seed, so 8 fine horses pulled the bread to where the picnic cloth was spread. So now the horses are going to pull one slice of bread through the path into the field and onto the big tablecloth. Field cloth, I guess. A truck drew up and dumped out butter, and they spread it out with a flap and a flutter. Spoons and spades slap and slam, and they did the same with the strawberry jam. Got all the people that are coming to help. Look at all this. This is bread, and all this yellow stuff is the butter, and all this pink stuff is the strawberry jam. They're going to spread it all over the piece of bread. Meanwhile, high above the field, 6 flying machines whirred and wheeled, ready for the wasps to take the bait, and then there was nothing to do but wait. Look at all those helicopters dropping the next piece of bread. It's going to fall right down onto this one with all the jam on it. Suddenly, the sky was humming. All 4 million wasps were coming. They smelled that jam, they dived and struck, and they ate so much they all got stuck. The other slice came down kersplat on top of the wasps, and that was that. There were only 3 that got away, and where they are now, I cannot say. Look, all the wasps are going straight for the strawberry jam. They're going to get stuck right inside the sandwich, and then the helicopter is going to drop the second piece of bread and splat right on top, trapping the wasps inside. But they never came back to Itching Down, which is not a waspish sort of town, but a very nice place to dance and play, and that's what the villagers did that day. They're going to have a big party to celebrate that the wasps are gone. Oh, look what's happening up here, you guys. See this? The birds picked up the whole tablecloth and they're going to carry it away. And look, all the villagers have this giant loaf of bread they can still have. They get to eat the rest. What became of the sandwich? Well, in Itching Down they like to tell how the birds flew off with it in their beaks and had a feast for 100 weeks. And there's the birds carrying the sandwich out to sea to share with all their bird friends. That's it. The end. Hope you liked that one. Let me know. I miss you guys very much. I hope everyone's happy and healthy and having fun spending time with their families. I'll talk to you soon. Send me a message. I miss you. Bye.